Hey, what's happening, gamers? This is RPG here, and welcome to the inaugural edition of the 4DS audio podcast. Yes, we're four guys with DSs in 4D. But anyway, I'm RPG, as I said, and we have three special young co-hosts with me, and they are...
Carlio, 41, I suppose, nowadays. It's kind of sad.
And as always, good old Amiga Mario here for you guys.
And we also had TheBadGamer with us, since he and Carlio kind of spoke their names kind of on the spot, so, yeah. But anyway, I'm glad to have you guys on this show. You know, for the first time together, I mean, some of you might actually hear us from the ScrewAttack Community Radio podcast, but we have decided to get together and do something a bit more structured, and the 4DS is audio podcast is kind of in the same vein, but where we have segments and all that, and it's going to be a very fun show for you nevertheless. We have five segments that we go through. They are the big highlight, where we talk about one of the biggest topics in gaming that has happened in the past week. Then we also talk about then we also go to the retro gems, or the retro gem. Basically, we talk about any type of video game franchise, a character, or a game system in retrospect. And then we go to the big release, where we talk about the big game release for the past week. And then we go to the execution, games that we need, or that we all consider that needs to perish for an eternity. And then we go to the video game playground, where we talk about the games we are currently playing. And it'll probably be an hour podcast, but we'll make it entertaining nevertheless. So, anyway, guys, I think before we get started, we should introduce ourselves a little bit and, talk about, what our hobbies are, in terms of gaming, or, and, that kind of stuff. But anyway, Carlio, why don't you start first?
Oh, me? Oh, man. All right. Yeah, as you probably already know, my name is Carlio, or Carlio41, depending on where you see my name. Usually 41, I suppose. But yeah, I love the Pokemon series. I like the Kingdom Hearts series. I like some FPSs, RPGs. I like most genres. Probably not RTSs though, but boring game.
So you're pretty much a no holds barred gamer, but except for RTS genres. Oh
yeah, I'm open for all genres, pretty much.
Cool.
Although I like action, although I like games with action more, I tend to like them more in a way. That's why I love the Kingdom Hearts series.
Ah, cool.
Although for some reason I just fell in love with the Pokemon. It's kind of odd, actually.
Hey, that's not a bad series.
You can never stop loving Pokemon.
Okay,
BadGamer,
why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, well, sure, why not? Well, I am the BadGamer, and no, I do not suck at games because of that.
Yes, he does.
Let's see, no.
Careful.
Now he brings up his whole list about games.
I know. My favorite genres is, well, I think it's the RPG, the fighting genre, and, well, the 2D side-scroller types of games. But I still play most, except for driving games and RTS.
Oh, cool.
My favorite types of series is The Legend of Zelda, Monster Hunter series, well, the few games I can get my hands on, and and the Final Fantasy series.
Okay. Omega, you next.
Hey everyone, I'm Amiga Mario. Everyone knows me from something or other, whether it's YouTube, Twitter. Well, Twitter I'm using a different username, but it's just my Xbox Live gamer tag. What I like doing is, usually when I have the time, is make review videos and basic gameplay ones. Lately, however, I've been keeping an eye on the brand new Sonic Generations, seeing as I'm a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Although one day I feel like I'm going to be tested for my Sonic fanboyism, and someone's going to bring up a bad memory. Oh well. I play any kind of game, and well, as long as it's not RTS. I mean, I would give RTS a go. Don't get me wrong. I do play every single type. Although when it comes to hybrid FPSs, where it's hybrid with RPG and SPS like Dead Island, don't try and rush me through the main plot line. I'd like to do side quests as well.
Cool. Awesome. And as I said, I am RRPG. I am a reviewer online as well as a Let's Player. I play games of all different genres, mostly except for FPS, RTS, MMOs, and party games. I mean, there are some that I like every now and then, but for most parts, those genres tend to get oversaturated in today's current shift in gaming, but I tend to like some that are made in the past, you know, kind of like GoldenEye or Doom, and some RTSs like StarCraft and, you know, all that good stuff. And
you can't forget them classics.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I'm a retro junkie, so I pretty much play, you know, the classics like Mario, Zelda, Sonic, Metroid, Final Fantasy, Star Fox, the Tales series, just any type of genre that holds massive amounts of appeal. But yeah, I'm an all-around gamer regardless, so it's nice to meet you all, but I'm pretty sure you heard me at a lot of places, you know, whether if it's on YouTube or ScrewAttack, Facebook, and Twitter. You probably know who I already am, so I don't think I need to go any further than that. But anyway, guys, I think it's time for us to get started with the first segment, and that is the big highlight. The big highlight!
Hooray!
Okay, the big highlight.
Which is the only part of ScrewAttack Community Radio we still bring it on.
Oh yeah,
I think.
But this is only based on one topic, but it's a short talk, and we all agreed what topic we were going to talk about today, and we already know that it's getting close to the end of September. But one event that just happened recently, and that is the Tokyo Game Show. So yes, and we can talk about either like the Nintendo pre-TGS conference or Sony's pre-TGS conference, or what were some of our biggest highlights, you know, that happened during the Tokyo Game Show. So I think we're all gonna go in order here, and I think this time I will go first, since I pretty much made Carlio go first to introduce himself. So I think this is a thing where we can change around who goes first and whatnot. You know, go in different orders.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to randomize.
Yeah, we're going to randomize. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Carlio. The Tokyo Game Show, I haven't really... the main show floor itself, or the main show, Tokyo Game Show, I haven't really paid attention a whole lot to what has happened, although I am a big sucker for the Tales series, and I was very happy to know that Tales of Innocence is getting a reimagining, and there is a new PSP game called Tales of the Heroes Twin Brave, which is kind of a take on the Dynasty Warriors franchise for the Tales series. You know, kind of like how Gundam was getting that treatment for quite a while by Namco Bandai. I know there are some people that actually like the games, but, you know, for most of Namco's properties getting the Muso treatment these days, it's kind of being an oversaturated thing, but, you know, it could turn out to be great. But
I like the Muso franchise. I mean, the Kent Rage and the latest Gundam 3 are really good.
Awesome. Yeah, Ken's Rage. I still need to try that. I heard really good things about it.
Oh, you should. It's really good.
Okay. And probably the big highlight for me was the Tokyo Game Show. Well, not the Tokyo Game Show, but Nintendo's pre-TGS conference. That was basically more towards the 3DS, but except for Skyward Sword, even though they showed that first with Miyamoto coming out and telling us some more cool tidbits about the game. They showed off a lot.
Yes.
They showed off a lot of software for the 3DS, and most of them are pretty new. And with some of them, returning from E3, but most of the stuff that they showed were pretty new to us. And probably the big highlights for me in terms of old and new were Super Mario 3D Land, obviously, and even Mario Kart 7, and the new Fire Emblem I was surprised to see, and a new Mario Tennis.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
yeah, and Miku Hatsune, or Vocaloid, that's being put out by Sega. I was very surprised to see that. What else did they have? Oh yeah, they showed off Kid Icarus Uprising, of course. And they showed off Luigi's Mansion 2, but what really surprised me the most was Monster Hunter Tri getting a 3DS version, and the announcement of Monster Hunter 4. But regardless, I really liked what Nintendo showcased this year. I didn't really
stole it.
What?
You stole my highlights.
That's okay. You could say your highlight.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Oh, come on, Bad Gamer.
You know what? I quit. No.
Hey, you get back here right now. You get back here, you're grounded.
Hey, you're not my
Oh,
dad.
you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Oh yeah, I know what you're
When I-
going to say, but I didn't
when I
really.
give my
But before
highlights-
that, I didn't really pay attention to Sony's press conference. Although I was pretty miffed to know that their stocks went up about a little bit, while Nintendo's shares went down 5%. When I was really pissed off that investors are being greedy for Nintendo to go into smartphone gaming, which they declined. But regardless, they had a good showing. But
Hey, Nintendo
Tokyo
is
Game
smart.
Show itself, it was
That's
pretty
investors
interesting.
for you.
Okay, Bat Gamer,
Well-
since you cried just explicitly, how about we go to you this time?
You mad?
Let's see. Well, I did saw the entire press conference for Nintendo, or well, for what I could see. I mean, I couldn't understand anything what they said, so I had to guess. But yeah, from the software lineup, I was really impressed about what's coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
well, but biggest was, well, that got stolen, but still, it's still Monster Hunter. Both 4 and the 3G, and the Tri. At least let's give a bigger chance that at least one of them comes out outside Japan. So
Uh-huh.
I
Just
mean,
one
I
third
don't-
chance.
well, at least it gives at least a bigger chance of at least either 4 or 3G. Actually, when I think about it, we have getting the main numbers, but we haven't really got the sort of expect upgrades for like the PSP got, the Japan has never got us out. So I hope at least a 4 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I never really I didn't saw Sony's, so I don't know much what we're showing over there.
Well, they pretty much showed a good launch lineup, but not launch titles per se, but just a launch
Mhm.
lineup within the first year.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I missed entirely. I didn't even know they had one, so I missed entirely.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
A little more tears, perhaps.
Shut up, Carlio.
Nope.
Okay, Omega, you next.
Well, I managed to catch some of the trailers from Tokyo Game Show. The likes of Super Mario 3D Land, Mario Kart 3DS. Yeah, Double R, I'm still calling it that.
You're gonna break. I know you're gonna break eventually.
Give in! Give in!
But do you know what really made me kind of upset?
What?
Right. While they took the main good bit out of Star Fox 64, which was the in-cockpit view, they took that out of Star Fox 3DS, but they've put it into Super Mario well, Super Mario Kart 3DS. I'm calling it Super Mario Kart 3DS or whatever. I just leave me alone with that.
Super Mario Kart 3DS. That's a pretty long name. You probably should change it, put it down to Super Mario Kart 7, I think.
Yeah.
God.
Give in to the hit. Give in.
Yeah, but like on the trailer for Mario Kart 3DS, you actually see it. You see the in-car view where it's behind the wheel. I was thinking, wait a minute, why has Mario Kart got this and not Star Fox? Because I used
Because
to love playing
Miyamoto.
Star. Yeah, because I loved playing Star Fox 64 in the cockpit view sometimes.
Yeah.
What did I also see? Persona 4. That's kind of interesting. But just trying to think what else I've seen. Oh, the new Kingdom Hearts trailer.
Oh yes, how could I forget that?
Oh man.
Oh, you won't after me.
As soon as that game comes out, I really do hope that they
Hey now. I'm going to talk so much about it. You may want to save up that space, at least for me, so I don't start crying like BadGamer.
Shut up!
No, I do hope they work on Kingdom Hearts 3 after Dream Drop.
Oh, they will. They will. I assure you that.
Yeah.
If they don't,
Well,
I
the
will have to
problem is
slap
this-
up. Yeah.
Wait,
It's the
but
same.
actually,
the
wasn't
same
until
way.
weren't they gonna make 3 until after versus 13?
Yeah, they're gonna make 3 after Versus 13, and Versus 13 already has entered 100% full production at this point.
Oh, okay. Sweet!
Yes, so we can expect Kingdom Hearts 3 sooner or later.
And there won't be any more
It's the same as
prequels or
it's the same
sequels
as
in
Super
between.
It's the same as the Super Smash Brothers game as well. As soon as Kid Icarus Uprising comes out, I hope that's going to be the next thing.
Oh, it is.
Well,
Sakurai said it
it
would
is.
be, but
Yeah.
I'm really pissed off that all regions have got delayed until
Whoa,
early next year.
Oh, you say no bad language. You just give us that
No,
word.
no. I said it was okay to use the words damn, piss, and hell. The less swear
Oh.
words.
Ah, well, okay then.
So,
gonna say, if anyone swears,
stand pissed
thank-
held.
We're blanking it out with bird noises.
I'm so goddamn. Ah!
Apart from that, I can't recall anything else I've seen that is of major importance to me.
Not anything new about Sonic Generations?
Oh, showing off Sky Sanctuary. What can I was gonna get to that double R.
Okay.
Oh man.
But we need to be brief,
Yeah.
man.
Sky Sanctuary. Pity it weren't at Eurogamer this weekend because I would have gone. I seriously would have got a train all the way to Eurogamer to play Sky Sanctuary.
Ah.
Then my mate rung me up and said it's not here. So, yeah.
Mm.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Oh well. Let's move on.
Okay, Carlio?
Okay, so I did see the trailers for Super Mario 3D Land. It looks cool. And also Mario Kart 7 looks like it will be a blast. And Skyward Sword, I will be getting that, hopefully. And
I think
also,
the consensus is that everybody's gonna get it at launch.
Yeah, also Kirby Wii.
Special edition!
Kirby Return to Dreamland. It looks really cool.
Well,
also,
in Europe, it's
so-
called Kirby's Inventor Wii for you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well
That's
then,
stupid.
Kirby's Adventure Wii it is then. Screw you, American people.
Yeah, well, for us American people, the last word "we" is not even included. It's included for both Europe and Japan, but in North America, it's called Returns to Dreamland.
Yeah, see, we European people have more connection to the people in Japan. We understand them more. And I could go for a totally
They like
bad
us
joke
more,
here, but I
some-
won't.
Actually, sometimes I have to wonder if they actually do like this, us people outside Japan, because there are many things we get screwed over.
Yeah, at least we get Xenoblade. Ha!
Oh,
Yes.
I think Reggie is going to crack to see, how much demand that game. People in Europe actually want that game still. I mean, the drought shortages that are taking place in Europe, it's just going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I saw most game trailers and like, this looks pretty cool. I'm probably gonna get a 3DS anytime soon. Then I saw that they probably will be releasing a pink 3DS, and then I went, okay, I need to get this now before my sister goes to nag about me to get that.
K-Wide's territory.
Yeah, my
Hey,
sister
it's
loves
manly
pink.
to have pink. It's manly to
Yeah.
wear pink.
But yeah,
They said that
and
the
then I
3DS
saw-
was pretty manly. The vast majority of the people who own the 3DS are males, so it's a masculine device.
Well, what do you think? It's Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, and then I saw the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3D, and I went, oh god, I need a 3DS now. Because as I said before, Hearts genre, but for the most, I actually only played 3 Kingdom Hearts games. I haven't played them all. I've only played 2 days and Recoded now. But I would probably never had played Recoded had it not been for Kingdom Hearts 3D Kingdom Hearts 3D trailer, because my god, it looks so awesome. Like it's going back to Kingdom Hearts 2 again, but actually, I've said it as one guy online said, it looks like Birth by Sleep on crack.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Well, that's because it is. That's because it is.
Yes, and it looks so great, and it looks so awesome. It looks like as Neko and Neko and company will be in, I'm sure everybody will squee of fanboyism and
He's talking about The World's End with You, by the way, guys. Or listeners.
Oh yeah, World's End with You will be in Traverse Town, and Traverse Town will be back because apparently it's plunged into darkness after Kingdom Hearts 1. Who'd have thought?
And there's going to be more places to explore within the town and such, and
it's going to be new, and all the Disney worlds are going to be new. That is confirmed. It's not only going to be Hunchback in Notre Dame. It's apparently also going to be in what's his face, Dumbo's world. Apparently, it looks like.
yeah.
Yeah, and so so if Dumbo's world is going to come, I was starting to wondering, what if we have Bambi's world in there? Will we have to fight the guy who killed Bambi's mothers then?
Either
do
that,
we
or
have to
Wouldn't that be an
kill
awesome
her?
boss fight?
either that, or they'll just change that she was killed by a Heartless or those Dream Eaters or whatever.
It
It's
is 3
3
meters.
meters now.
It's not Heartless, and that's the reason also. They taking the note from Pokemon, which means I will love it even more. It's like Pokemon and Kingdom Hearts together. Squee. You gotta
I
kill
don't
them
think
all.
I'm gonna use. I don't think I'm gonna use the option so much unless it's a major part of the game.
Right.
It is. Well, it kind of is a main part of the game. To make Dream Eaters your friends.
But yeah,
Friendship is
So
magic.
yeah,
when comparing the game to Kingdom Hearts 2, looks like this one is going to be, it's going to up the scale in terms of the flashiness.
Yeah,
And that is saying something, people.
So
You get to
that is saying something, considering that Sora can cut through buildings in Kingdom Hearts 2. So if it ramps up on the flashiness, then I'll love it.
you get to jump from wall to wall and swing on poles very fast
and then 6
Yeah.
months
and
later,
grind,
and
kind of like
and then six,
with a skateboard.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then 6 months later, Japan would get like Kingdom Hearts 3DS Plus, and we will never see this where we delve deeper into the story.
Final mix, yeah. I hate to see
Yeah,
that
so-
happen, but it's probably going to happen regardless.
It's going to happen. I'm calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we get the final mix versions? I wanted to play against. I wanted to fight against against Terra in the Badlands or whatever, the
Lingering
Keyblade
sentiment.
Graveyard.
Oh, you want to get your
Terra's
ass
lingering
kicked?
sentiment. You wanted to have your balls ripped from your sack?
Hey, I'm up for a challenge. But other than that, was there anything else that caught your interest at the Tokyo Game Show?
Well, Sonic Generations, I suppose. It looks pretty fun. Really fun, actually. So, yeah, not too much more. Like Luigi's mentioned, the usual stuff, the stuff you all mentioned, besides Monster Hunter.
Woo!
Yeah, we're pretty much all Nintendo fans by heart, but the whole conference itself, most of us can't even understand Japanese, but some of the stuff that they actually showed were actually pretty cool, but most of the stuff from Nintendo was actually a lot more imaswa in our opinion. They managed to
Well,
they always keep things fresh
there's-
whenever they
Yeah.
whenever they show stuff. So I got
Well, there was
props to
one
Nintendo
thing-
for that.
Yeah, well, there was one thing I don't ever want to own:
And that
the Love Plus game.
Oh, Love Plus. We're not going to get Love Plus. That's only a Japan franchise.
What game
I
is
was
this?
like,
Sure.
Love Plus, it's more of a date sim hentai game.
on the 3DS.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
still getting it.
but it's only but it's
Wait. That's why it sold so many units in Japan. And was like, oh yeah, the new Love Plus, but the 3D things and all that. Yay!
But
Yeah.
yeah, Tokyo Game Show, it was pretty cool. Okay, guys, I think that will conclude our segment on the big highlight, and I think we need to go ahead and head on to the next topic, which is retro gems.
Retro Gems.
Retro
Hooray.
gems.
And
Going back to
for this first time talking about retro gems, well, for the whole segment, that's where we talk about either a video game franchise, a video game character, or a video game system in retrospect, if it's like an anniversary. And speaking of video game systems, for the first time on Retro Gems, or for the first segment, or, on this first episode, we are going to talk about the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
I love my Super
Hooray.
Nintendo.
Yes, we all
I had-
do. It's the 20th anniversary of the system, and lots of people have been doing retrospectives on it. And, we were talking about it before the show, and we were like, hey, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah, it's an awesome
Why not?
system.
Mm-hmm.
Funny
I still
enough,
have mine.
SNES
Mine's 15 years. Mine is 15 years old and it still works. Take that.
funny enough.
360.
Yes. But when you take a look at the Super Nintendo itself, it probably had the most strongest lineup of any video game console in history.
Unlike
Yeah,
Or
3DS.
launch titles, or launch lineup.
That also.
Unlike nowadays, when good launch titles means it's a rarity at all.
Mm-hmm. It's like when you go to a GameStop or an EB Games or something, and or a game store and ask them, what's the strong launch lineup for the system, like the Xbox 360, and they'll be like, this game? Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's a
just-
really big rarity these days. I agree, because back then it was like a must for any video game console, with its launch. But nowadays it
Which
just
is why
like
Jaguar
it's
failed.
yeah, it's just in short spurts because of the high development costs and that kind of stuff, where it's really hard to put out so many games at launch.
Yeah, I mean the only one this gen who managed to at least have something of a strong launch was the Wii with its Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Other, it's not the PSP lackluster, the DS lackluster, 3DS. Good God, there was barely nothing.
Abominational.
Yeah, it was abominational
Yeah,
with its launch
stupid.
lineup. But at least Nintendo
Yeah.
is retracing their steps, or making amends with their fans, so that way they don't try to follow
Yeah.
the atrocity of the GameCube's launch again.
Like, I understand
Yeah,
why
I
they
still
had
look-
such an atrocious. I understand why they had such an atrocious lineup for the 3DS to get more third-party developers out there, but it kind of failed.
Yeah. But anyway, the Super Nintendo, it's one of the systems that probably I would say in terms of consoles, it's probably the only system that had the biggest lineup of games that's ever existed. Like the total number of games for the Super Nintendo system was like over 900, which is amazing. Carlio, why don't you go first? And what were some of the big game highlights for you for the Super Nintendo?
Oh man. Okay. okay, so first of all, for the one, okay, so I'm going to be honest here. I didn't really own the SNES for so much long. I remember that I have one when I was like really, really young, and then my mind slips, and then something happened with the SNES, and I still don't know what happened to it. Like it disappeared.
Which
And
game?
I really want to. No, SNES overall. It just disappeared, really. And I haven't
Oh.
really been. And I've been talking to my parents about it, and they're like, no, we don't know what happened to it. It just like, disappeared. It too. And I remember finding one game I used to play all the time, which was like a dirt racer thingamajiggy. I don't remember the name of it, sadly. But yeah, and like nowadays, I have nowadays I have legally played. Kirby Superstar and Final Fantasy VI, and
Yes,
some games for the
legally.
SNES. And legally, indeed. Totally not on an emulator or anything. Actually, I played Donkey Kong Country 2 on the Wii, so that's actually is legally. But the other thing is totally legally too.
Well,
But, yeah,
back
the
then we
games
can only
are
play
really-
games totally legally, so yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays, yeah, let's not develop further into that. Well, I mean, the games are fun. I mean, the games are really fun, especially Final Fantasy VI. And like, I played all the time in the summer. So yeah, and Kirby Superstar is a fun game too. And yeah, I mean, the games are
You
fun.
should buy
I wish I
Ultra.
had.
You should buy Ultra stuff. If you like
Which
Superstar,
one?
buy Ultra stuff for the DS. Kirby's Ultra Star.
Or a Superstar Ultra.
Oh,
Superstar.
Superstar Ultra.
Yeah.
Ultra Star.
That one is
Noob.
good.
Ah.
Yeah, it is good indeed.
You want a
I've
match?
been looking-
You want to go? Come on,
Okay,
take you on.
Omega, what were some of the big game highlights for you on the Super Nintendo?
Let me think. One of my many first titles on the Super Nintendo was the All Stars compilation.
Oh, Super Mario All-Stars?
Yeah, I didn't have the Plus World version. I had the original.
Oh,
But man, I loved that, and in fact, that was the console I completed Mario Brothers 3 on.
I used to own that when the system launched too. I really enjoyed that a lot.
And then one of my other games was Star Fox. Obviously, it weren't called Star Fox in the UK. It was called Star Wing.
Yeah.
Due to I think it was Atari's game or something. Star Fox.
Fox, can you speak to me? Badab.
It's not as funny when you see Peppy go do a barrel roll. It's like
Yeah. But at least you get to hear General Pepper say, "Good luck."
good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
And you still hear it to this day, and even in Star Fox 64 3D.
It's the original.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They should have an option for DVD in the 3DS version, but no.
Yeah, that actually would have been good for the nostalgia value.
Yeah.
Yeah, but instead you
Yeah.
still have Peppy constantly after like 1 or 2 levels or so go do a barrel roll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can never ever forget that that was one of the greatest lines ever in a video game that's been carried on to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Barrel, do a
But,
barrel. Now
what
it's
makes me
died in the
laugh
depths
is-
of the internet.
Is thanks to Brentalfloss, right? Whenever I say Falco, he goes, gee, I guess I should be thankful. But do you know what I do? I'll carry on Brentalfloss's line and go, gee, I guess I should be thankful. Well, you. No, Falco. You.
Yeah. Any other games that caught your interest?
Donkey Kong Country 3. Dixie's Double Trouble or whatever it was called.
Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, yes.
Yeah, my mum bought that for the Super Nintendo. And I used to be quite a Donkey Kong Country expert.
Cool.
Still am to this day,
But
actually.
not anymore.
Well, always I kept being enlisted on the hard parts of the levels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like my mum couldn't reach this thing, so I had to on the water. So I went try and do Kiddy Kong's water skipping. She's like, how do you do that? I went, give me the controller. Doing, 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 doing.
It's hard as hell to do it when you grow up.
Oh yeah.
Because games when you're a kid, when you're a kid, games were easy for you. But now when you grow up, it's like, how do you do this again?
Hold on, were you trying to go a bit Star Fox? You're trying to go a bit Star Fox. They went, break it.
Okay. Is that all? That
Yeah. What's yours then, Double R?
okay? We'll go to me, and then we'll go to BadGamer after that.
Oh, sure.
Well, I'm just trying to randomize the orders.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
No, watch out, Patty. I might start to cry again.
Okay, drop it.
Okay, come on, guys.
Try.
Let's be so happy. Okay, this is our first podcast.
So happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
The some of the games that really that really got me excited to play on the Super Nintendo when I was a kid. Some of those games that I owned were Super Mario World, obviously, that came with the Super Nintendo, which is good marketing strategy to give us a really good launch title that we want to play at launch. Also, my sister got Mario Paint when I got my Super Nintendo when I was about 6 years old, so I thought that was actually pretty cool. And I also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, but I don't know if you guys got it in Europe.
Yeah, but it had a different name under it.
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Yeah, it was
remember.
the thing saying that ninjas like really bad for kids. So it was like Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. I was like, what the?
It's either ninjas were bad for kids or nunchucks were bad for kids, from what I've heard.
It was pretty much
Whatever.
Yeah. And some of the other games that I really liked were Super Castlevania 4 and the Mega Man X games on the Super Nintendo I really, really liked. Well, more so the first one and the third one. The second one, it was okay, but wasn't my cup of tea, personally.
Yeah, we can't forget
What
that.
about 4, 5, 6?
Those are PlayStations.
PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about Super Nintendo here.
Okay.
And then
The second one, God, that one.
Yeah, Carlio, don't talk about the console that came out the failed Nintendo CD add-on attempt.
yeah.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, no. And
Okay, continue.
and then some other games that I really loved were Earthbound, obviously. And what else? Oh, Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger.
Or two and three if you want to go that way.
Oh yeah, because we were going by the order of what we got in the West before we ended up going to 7 just to maintain the original name of the games. Yeah, smart move, Square, smart move. Chrono Trigger, obviously. Secret of Mana. Super Mario RPG. That was probably the game that got me interested in RPGs in the first place. Because of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because of the battle system being appealing to both Japanese and Western gamers, and the characters were awesome, and the story was actually very serious for a Mario game for once, but was still, it still maintained the elements of what makes a Mario game great, but, in terms of seriousness, I think Square and Nintendo actually managed to pull off a masterpiece for the first time.
Yeah, until they decided to ship it over to us, and then it's like, yeah, no, we don't want it anymore. Basically, because they had some Square, they started to argue with each other.
Oh yeah, you guys didn't get it until 2008. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I have it on my Wii now.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, it is.
And the Donkey Kong Country games I do like, and I've also played Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo. That I had a lot of fun with.
Oh, man.
Yes, Killer Instinct.
Ultra Combo.
Yes. And then
Combo breaker.
Combo Breaker. Yeah, and what else?
Super Metroid.
Yes, Super Metroid. You are absolutely right, and Star Fox also, as well as F-Zero, and
Oh man, they need to bring a new F-Zero.
yes, they do for the
goodness
3DS,
sake,
and then the time seems about right
Yeah.
too. And
GX
the
was
other,
before GP Legend.
I'm trying to think of what other Super Nintendo game that I really liked. Oh, Yoshi's Island, I really liked.
Oh
And
man,
oh yeah,
Reminds me of something
the
actually.
Contra
Yeah.
3, even though that was hard, it still holds a lot of nostalgia.
Oh, Pro Protector over here.
Yeah, Pro Protector. And
Because humans can
stupid
still
censorship.
No.
yeah.
Stupid German censorship.
Yeah. What else? I think that's all I can think of, really. Oh, and Street Fighter 2, the console versions. How could I forget those?
The many versions of Street Fighter 2.
Oh yeah. But I pretty much enjoy the original Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But other than that, yeah, those are some of the big highlights for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Bad Gamer, you next.
Yeah, let's see what to talk about. I for one, this is one of my most beloved consoles I own, and I still own it.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't have much games because at that time I didn't play as much, but I still remember some of the games. My two biggest three actually, when I think about it, the one I played the most were the Super Mario All Star, but that well, because as of course you got 4 games in one, so I mean you had tons of just that cartridge alone. And Mega Man X, which is one of my favorite X games, although it's still not top X5, but that's for another day. And one of my most favorite games all time, which I might shock that none of you guys actually mentioned, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
All right.
I was getting
I'm
to
shocked.
that.
And that is one of my most favorite, not only Zelda games, but also one of my most favorite games of, as I said, of all time. That was the first Zelda game I played, the first game I bought for my own money, and the first game I also beat by myself with no one helping me.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
I still
Link to the Past.
and I still play that at least twice a year. And
Oh yeah.
I still own. I still have the original copy, and I've had it for 13 years now.
Mm-hmm.
No, not 13. Yes, and I love that game. Some may say Ocarina of Time is the best. I say no. This is the one.
Yeah. I agree
Never
personally
compare.
as well.
You can never compare
mean-
to that. For me, that's a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
When-
felt
when
like
I
it's one of
played
these Zelda
Ocarina
games
of
that was
Time-
actually truly perfected from beginning to end.
And that is why I'm
indeed.
so happy because Miyamoto said himself he wants to make a remake of that one because he liked that one too, and what he likes, well, I just know what he likes. I mean, I like what I like anyway. But when I heard that news, I was like, my God, take all my money.
You know what I forgot to mention? Super
Mario
Mario
Kart?
Kart.
Yeah, I still
Welcome to
like
Mario.
also.
Oh, I'm wrong.
I love and hate that game. I still love it because it's still fun. I hate it because of the AI.
Oh, yes.
It's cheap as hell.
It invented what we know today as rebounding.
The rubber AI. God.
And that's because they always had.
Oh, yeah.
But at least, I mean, yeah, but that's still cheap. I mean, they got their own specialty items. Like Koopa has Fireball, which was never introduced in the Mario Kart game until the GameCube Double Dash.
I'm 7 now.
Yeah, but the Mario Luigi, they had star power. They could just like, yeah, star power. I was like,
Everybody could get star power.
yeah, but those two could get at any time they wanted. They
that's
don't need
true.
to run up. That what really pissed me off, because like if you were too close and then you just like, okay, I'm gonna bump you off and then star power out of nowhere. I was like, no. Can't abort.
Any other games that you've been that caught your eye for the Super Nintendo?
Donkey Kong Country,
Ah,
the first one. I love that one. I still do. I still play it from time to time.
oh yes.
I still
What about the
hate
second
the
one?
same world. I have played it. No, I was never really my favorite. The third one was okay, better than second in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which one?
Anything else?
Yeah, an ActRaiser.
Oh yes, ActRaiser. I think that is another one of those games we
that-
cannot forget.
Never forget ActRaiser. If someone has not played it, buy it on the Wii. It's on the Wii. It's on the Virtual Console. Buy it. Play it. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple sim and action RPG at the same time with memorable bosses. The final boss to that game is awesomely annoying.
And we cannot forget Yuzo Koshiro for the music.
Oh yeah.
So memorable. Okay, but to close off this segment of Retro Gems, we will say that the Super Nintendo, it is definitely probably Nintendo's A-plus system of all time. Definitely a great leap up from the original NES, even though the Nintendo Entertainment System was a great console on itself for, reviving the video game industry. But Super Nintendo, when compared to the Sega Genesis, I definitely thought that Super Nintendo was the most superior because of the music and the Mode 7 graphics and the Silicon graphics that Rare produced for their games that pretty much broke the mold for having 3D in 2D games.
Mm-hmm.
Just like to say this, Super Nintendo did what Sega don't. There.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
No, as I said on ScrewAttack Community Radio once, it's Wintendo.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I still think they're going to hit that magic again with the Wii U, but I will wait to reserve judgment on that.
I'm still gonna give them my money.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
All my money.
Okay, guys, it's time for us to go to the next segment, and that is the big release.
The big release.
And for this
Big.
section of the big release, we're talking about the biggest game that came out this past week, and that was Gears of War 3.
So no, not a Nintendo game.
Ah!
Stop my tomatoes!
Duck cover shoot, big manly men screaming, and you have just a bunch of shooting and swearing too.
It's
All
worse
about
than,
country.
than our old It's worse than our old podcast show. I used to swear like a sailor.
Yeah. Omega, you said that you have been playing Gears of War 3 ever since you got it. What are your thoughts on it so far?
Oh, well, not really that bad that some people said. They were like, oh, Gears of War 3, it's just going to be the same as Gears of War 1 and 2. Meh, 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 meh. No. They took what made Gears 1 and 2 good, well, great even that, and just completely
And
topped it off with
slightly
a nice and juicy cherry.
Does it really exceed it that much
Right.
from those first two games?
I wonder.
Yeah, me and you, Double R, we use, well, as reviewers, we kind of like using the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Epic's done here with with Gears.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Put you back into a fantastic story. It has been from start to finish, and then going through the campaign as Marcus, or for this one, you can play as the Coltrane, baby.
Coltrane, hunky dory, or whatever.
The Coltrane runs on whole grain, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it does have its funny moments. Baird seems. Ugh, I can't even say that without tongue tying myself. Baird still seems to be a sarcastic, whiny guy.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like me.
But that's what I like about
love
Gears
Car-
characters. You just connect with them and laugh.
Carlio,
That's the point.
you said that you have been looking at Gears of War LPs online, and since you've been looking at them online, do you have any thoughts on Gears of War 3?
Yes, and it looks fun. I'm not gonna lie. I only have a PlayStation 3, and I like PlayStation 3 more than Xbox 360. But if I could get an Xbox 360 just to play Gears of War 3, I probably actually would take it because it looks really fun. Actually, you know, like the dialogue seems funny. Like it looks like a game I actually would like, and yeah, pretty much it. Like it just looks like a fun game overall.
It's a bit more serious, though.
Carlio, can I make a
Yeah,
suggestion?
did you see Did you see that
Take a
video
look at your
about
game
Conan O'Brien?
stores.
Wait a minute, what'd you say, Omega?
Carlo,
You're with me
take
at
a look
first.
at your game stores and see if they've got any like pre-owned original Xbox 360 consoles. Not full original like 2006, but before they changed them to the slim models. If you're lucky, you might be able to find a quite cheap 360.
Yeah,
Okay, I just go now. No.
but one of the things about Gears of War 3 I actually like is that the people in the game, they're a bit more diversified. I mean, for the Delta Squad, I mean, you have both males and females working together.
For once.
For once, yes.
No. I just gotta read this out
No,
like,
hold on,
no,
hold
we just
on,
come
hold
back
on.
from the dead.
No, there has been a woman working with Delta Squad, Anya, but she was playing more of a behind-the-scenes role.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
due to all this stuff with fog happening, she's gone out in the battlefield.
Right.
And now she's all manly and stuff. Going out shooting people.
Yeah, but she has been fighting with them through this war via intel and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Bad
Also,
Gamer,
I
did
was
you
gonna-
have any thing to say about Gears of War 3?
You mean anything positive? Well, it's just me. You guys can like it how much you want. It's just for me. I've found these kinds of games. At least, I don't say I don't play these kinds of games. Well, I did play like Call of Duty but stuff like that, but I've stopped.
Have you played Uncharted?
I have. Yeah, I
Uncharted 2
do.
and
But
3 multiplayer seems like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know. I don't. As I said, I don't. I'm not a hypocrite. I mean, I still play it. I still like a couple like Uncharted, but hey, once again, that's me. That's
Right.
me. It's just
Mhm.
I just found Gears of War to be a bunch of guys cover and duck. The same goes for Uncharted, sure, but I just don't like the characters in Gears of War. And the whole palette and the whole color, FPS gray.
Yeah.
At least Uncharted has a bit more color variety, if you ask me.
Right. Yeah. With Gears of War, it's always
But then again, they had
the
no
color
more.
scheme has always been very unappealing to look at.
Grey, yeah.
Until now,
Yeah, and I
apparently. There's more green.
I mean, I don't say I'm a graphic horse or anything. I mean, I still play old games. I still love all my SNES and stuff like that. It's just when I just see gray for so much, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same
Yeah,
boat.
I'm I'm seriously glad that Epic managed to find the green in the Unreal editor somewhere.
Oh yeah, I can agree to that.
I mean, that's why I prefer like Uncharted games to Uncharted and stuff like that, because at least there's like blue, green, yellow, different kinds of brown that is not urban brown, and
Hmm.
it has color white and stuff like that.
No, the thing is, right, I don't mean to sound a bit thingy, but the colours are in the game. They're just more or less not shown as much as the grey and whatever. Which
Yeah,
kind of,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Just I didn't. It just quick. It's just I didn't. The first two never really appealed to me because of the whole meaty guys. Feel like I'm watching frat boys playing.
Frat boys
Yeah,
just shooting guns. Yeah, I could personally agree
Yeah.
with that. Yeah, it's pretty. That's a
Also, I
pretty
want to add one
unique
thing.
similarity or analogy or whatever.
Also, I want to add
Yeah.
one thing.
Okay.
Cliffy B has the worst humor ever. Like, it has the worst. He cannot take critic very well apparently, considering he considers 8 out of 10 to be really bad.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of in the same boat as David Jaffe, in terms of trying to make a game perfect. But yeah, I can definitely see where he doesn't want his games to be critically shunned.
Yeah, but it is really funny thing because Jim Sterling rated the game, gave Gears of War 3 8 out of 10, and I think he gave Kirby Mass Attack 9 out of 10, and Cliffy B has lost his mind on that.
Mm.
It's like, what?
Wow.
8 out of 10? How dare you? This game is perfect!
Yeah,
Well, doesn't every developer think their own game is perfect?
no. They should.
Well, at least the majority. I mean, they should. I mean, no game is perfect. I mean, there are still some flaws in my Link to the Past. I mean, I see them, but
Right.
for me, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect for me, and that's what's matter for me.
But Gears of War 3, I mean, I have taken a look at, game trailers and some of the gameplay footages that they've showcased at E3 last year and this year too. The game, I will admit, it definitely looks pretty. I mean, in terms of the detail, but and it's nice to see that there is some more color in the game, as well as a bit of diversity in the characters that are out there on the battlefield, and I definitely think from what critics are saying that it looks like it ended off with a bang just nicely, and but whether or not if we're going to see more Gears of War games is kind of uncertain, but I think it's just up to Cliffy B to know that. But anyway,
oh, you wouldn't believe this. The game is also in. Wait for it. 3D.
yeah, 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 they gave that 3D compatibility option for Gears of War 3. But other than that, Gears of War 3, guys, if you have not picked it up already for the Xbox 360, be sure you go pick it up today, as it's a really big release this week. And definitely, if you show your support to Epic Games, then maybe you can see more Gears of War games in the future, but who knows. Anyway,
Yeah.
as Omega was
Pick it up,
saying,
guys.
from good games to bad games,
Spoiling.
it's now time to go on to our next segment, and that is the execution.
The execution.
Sounds so epic.
Yes.
We're just going to badmouth the game. It's
And
not like we guys are going
for
to chop
the
it on its head
for-
in two.
Yeah, for this section of execution, we are going to briefly talk about one game that failed so miserably that we believe that it needs to fade into obscurity or die for all in eternity. And for this episode, we are going to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 06, aka Sonic the Disaster. Anyway, Carleo, quickly,
Why, Sega?
your thoughts on Sonic 06.
Why?
Oh, my thoughts on Sonic 06? Okay. First of all, it was the first game I played for PlayStation 3. Secondly, I thought
You
the game was
poor
okay.
sap.
It was the first game I played.
I
I
feel
was
sorry.
little, don't judge me.
But-
And I thought it was pretty... Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was... meh. it wasn't like superbly bad when I played it first, like half the point of the game. But then I got to Crisis Core, and then my opinion of it just went straight to hell, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sonic 06, it was pretty much the eye candy, kind of made people think it was going to be a good game, but it was just suffering from so many glitches, the voice acting was bad, and the level design was just abysmal.
I can do this!
Even the plot was
Even with
terrible.
wings.
The plot was
Well,
terrible
it's
and it
still
contained
fine.
bestiality, so what's not to like?
Okay, Bad
Hello.
Gamer, you're next.
Hey, wait a second.
Oh, that's-
Actually, one thing. I never finished Sonic 06, actually. Fun fact. I never finished Sonic Silver Story, I
You
never
luck-
finished Final Story, and I can hear you cry, Omega.
Okay, it's my
This makes
turn.
me so
Well,
sad.
I have played it to the end.
Oh, yeah,
It was
so far, I
horrible.
played it to the end.
It was horrible. It was. I don't know why I bought it. Most because I've been one of those persons. No, because I am one of those person who likes to have my own opinion on things.
Hmm.
So after years,
Mhm.
I saw it at a bargain bin for $9.
Oh, wow.
So I decided,
Translating it from Swedish to dollars.
in Swedish crowns it's like 100 crowns, Swedish crowns. Do the math if you want to do it yourself.
Okay.
Okay, it's worth
And
it.
so I bought it and I had it at my shelf for quite some time. So one day I got sick, and yes, I played when I was sick that game. So I have been hurting even more. I played for the entire day from start to finish, and it was horrible. I wanted to die.
Yeah, we all
I
do.
want to see. I want to see every single copy burn.
Kind of like Shaq Fu.
And yeah.
That game is considered the next
Yeah.
Shaq
Oh.
Fu, people, so if you have a copy, burn it. Or if you see copies at game stores, burn it. But anyway, Omega?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
The only positive thing I can give that, it's the music. It was somewhat decent.
Oh, yes.
yeah, easily
If
the
I-
only
okay.
redeeming quality was the music, but other than that...
No. There's actually another one. In my opinion, there's actually two redeeming qualities with the game. That is, first off,
Really?
the music. Yes, the music is good. Secondly, it's the main. It's, I suppose, the main enemy in Shadow Story, Mephiles. I love okay, not love, but I like Mephiles as a villain. If he had appeared in any other
That's
Sonic
because it was
game, he
voiced
would have
by
been more
Dan
appreciated.
Green.
Dan
Well, that was-
Green.
It was because he
That is
he was voiced by Dan Green, and everyone knows he's epic.
Yes, and
Put a
therefore,
talent.
therefore Mephiles. But if you're going to play Sonic 06, then you should play it for the music and for seeing Mephiles kill off Sonic.
Yeah,
Because it is
the only...
at the end of the game.
The only character in the Sonic universe that's ever managed to kill Sonic in the main series.
Although
Yes.
in the end it did not become
yes.
canon because the ending is like it never happened.
Yeah, they created a time paradox to where everything doesn't happen. Okay,
God. So the game was completely unnecessary. Hooray!
okay,
Yeah.
Omega, your 2 cents. Quickly.
My 2
I think
cents?
it's
How about this? It nearly killed Sonic, for God's sake!
there, Omega. I know it's a horrible game. We all know it.
We all.
Is that all?
I mean, in my introduction, I knew my Sonic fanboyism was going to be tested.
Oh, yes. It was tested.
But my dear God. Sega,
Although I,
what the hell, guys? Why? It could have
Oh.
been...
It's like they're
Sonic
retracing
Adventure
their days
3.
back during the Sega Genesis when they went from Sega Genesis to Sega CD to Sega 32X.
Yes, but at least the Sega CD had a decent Sonic game on it.
Oh, yeah, that I...
although at
Oh,
least
and
you could be happy
And
if
Knuckles
you ask me.
Celtics wasn't bad.
Anyway,
First, Rocky,
anything
you're
else,
out.
Omega? We need to wrap this up. We're running out of time.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. Sonic 06, he can burn in hell, and I hope you enjoy your discs being cut in half.
I agree, and without further ado, we believe that is why Sonic 06 needs to be buried for an eternity and burned and from all hell, and we should just leave it there in hell to die.
Finish him!
Okay, now we need to get on with the final topic, or the final segment, and that is the VG Playground.
The video game playground.
Hooray!
Or the video
Good
game
games
in general. And basically, we just talk about what is the one game that we are currently playing at the moment. And since we need to finish this up quickly, Omega, we'll start with you. What have you been playing? Well, obviously it's been Gears of War 3, but and you pretty much already gave your 2 cents on that, right?
Yeah. Also, I've been playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Okay. Anything else?
Thumbs up. I approve.
Oh yes, we approve of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Bad Gamer, what have you been playing?
Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP. It's a good game.
The PISPA.
Freedom United.
It's a good and awesome game.
Out of all the
They can
Monster
take our
Hunter games on
monsters,
the
but they
handhelds-
can never take our freedom.
Out of all the Monster Hunter games on the handheld, is that considered your most favorite?
Well, yeah, because it's the only handheld I played right now.
Oh, I see.
It was actually it's the first Monster Hunter game I played, which was 7 months ago. So I'm a recently new one in the series, and I have the Wii version also.
Cool beans.
Try, so
Yes.
and Try's really good.
Oh yeah, Try's really good. Carlio, what have you been playing?
Okay, I have been playing Dead Island. I have been playing a lot of Flash games for the Titanium Man of Flash Gaming. Go check that out. I am currently winning. And I was playing Dead Island until I got Kingdom Hearts Recoded, and I realized that Recoded was a much better game, so I've been playing Recoded most of the time.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And the game I've been playing the most ever, throughout this past week, I just recently gone back to play Donkey Kong Country 2 on the Super Nintendo after I just completed my live commentary on the first game. And even after over 15 years, I still love that game. And it's probably considered my most favorite because of the game actually being a bit more darker in tone in terms of the level design, and the game just building up more variety in the gameplay. Like, there were more animal buddies you can select from, and there were newer levels that you can go in. You can get access to bonus levels in terms of the bonus games that you had to complete, and there was those special DK coins. There was lots of variety to be had. But yes.
Of course the game is going to be darker when you have pirate crocodiles involved.
Oh yeah, pirate Kremlings. I still love the Kremlings. Why did they not make it to Donkey Kong Country Returns?
Because they needed change.
Because
And for those of you who believe that the Kremlings are owned by Microsoft, I highly doubt it.
It's not owned by Microsoft, it's owned by Rare.
No, seeing as they were in Mario Smash for Football Strikers.
Yeah. And they're not owned by Microsoft or Rare, because anything that takes place in a Donkey Kong game that was made by Rare, it's officially owned by Nintendo.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yes, that is what I've been playing. Yep. So I think that will go ahead and that will wrap up our first episode of the 4DS Audio Podcast. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it was a really fun experience today, and I think we can definitely get better in the upcoming episodes, but it definitely was...
Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah, sorry for some of them accidentally, with them accidentally swearing. I mean, we're still trying to maintain... We're still trying to maintain some, professionality and holding back from... our rage and that kind of stuff on certain topics, or some excitement that we have that will accidentally make us start to swear, but yeah, we will be a bit more held back on what we talk about, or, the stuff that we say. But, yeah,
remember,
I'm glad
if
that
you
guys...
guys... again, we will sign off.
What?
Current swear rate, Me, none. Double R, none. Carlio, have you sworn this episode?
No, he hasn't.
TheBadGamer?
No. Bad game. 3.
Yeah, well, be happy because of the new one. The old one, I could have racked up at least 20 or something like that.
Well, anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for coming on this episode today, and I definitely think it's going to be a really...
Wait. You took count?
Yes.
Yes, and if you go over 5, we'll tie you up and throw you off.
Actually, yes. Let's make that a game. Count how many times I actually swear.
But anyway, guys,
Accidentally.
I'm really glad that you guys took part in this project, and hopefully we will have a really good weekly show to give to everybody. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'll be up for that.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, anyway, gamers, we all hope you enjoyed this first episode of the 4DS Audio Podcast. And to sign off, I am RRPG.
I'm TheBadGamer.
I'm a Mega Mario.
And we will see you next week for the 4DS Audio Podcast. Later, guys.
See you
Also,
then.
don't forget to catch my review of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle! Woohoo!
The game.
Woo!
And be sure to find my Donkey Kong 64 LP on YouTube.
Yay!
The game.
My
be
YouTube
sure to
channel,
find my-
RRPG Reviews. Capital R, capital R, capital P, capital G, capital R for reviews. But,
Or just go to Amiga Mario 17 and look in the sub box.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, we will see you next week. Bye.
The game.
Hurrah! Goodbye
See ya.
and good game.
Good luck.